Hey guys, what you doing? It's the literal talking orange here, fresh out of the shower, and somebody better call the bully hunters because I am going to be completely tearing apart their old host. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to be talking about the one, the only, the hypocrite herself, the ZombiUnicorn. So for those of you who don't know, the ZombiUnicorn went to E3 this year and saw women dancing, which made her throw a tantrum on Twitter.com, as you would, and as she typically does when it comes to shit involving women. And in typical fashion for her, anyone who has disagreed with her or says she essentially does the same thing on Twitch has gotten that sweet, sweet block. Surprisingly though, I'm not blocked, but I probably will be after this, so buckle in your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen, because we are going to the shit show itself, where she's right, we're wrong.
Take many seats, incels.
And get ready for this clusterfuck. So this lovely tantrum started with the simple tweet.
Why the fuck companies still out here sexually objectifying women as booth babes in 2019? What do booty shorts and bra tops have to do with energy drinks? Hashtag E3. Stop this cringy shit already, for fuck's sake. This is embarrassing.
This tweet was then followed with a video of what got her so heated. And trust me when I say that this is going to blow you away. The sheer horrors this woman has seen are terrible.
The company's at E3. It's 2019. Booth babes are nothing anymore. We don't do booth babes sexually objectifying women in ways that we don't need to be doing. So don't do it. Okay, cool, thanks.
Truly too scandalous. So here's my thoughts on this first part. Yes, this shit show has 3 parts to it. That's why I said buckle your seatbelts, because you're in for a treat. The women in the video are dancers. They were essentially given this outfit to dance on stage at E3, and they're just doing literally their job. You know, what they were hired to do. Also, I love how in the video she's trying to make this about the whole company. Frankly, if E3 lets this go on and has no problems with it that are written down in their policy, then tough luck, Buttercup. She also would later go on to make the statement that
other conventions have banned this stuff, why can't E3?
And she's only been able to list 2 cons out of the fuck ton of choices that there are. So really easy way to solve this issue, if you don't like what's going on at this one particular convention, because, you know, what's going on isn't against any rules or anything like that, but that's besides the point. Go to one of the other many conventions there are, or go to the ones that you keep name dropping 24/7. I really don't know what's so difficult to understand about this. There's nothing against what the women were wearing or how they were dancing on the stage, which means that you took this as something completely not relevant. I saw just people dancing and other people saw that too. You saw something completely out of the ballpark, honestly. The company also apparently hired male dancers as well, so where's the outrage on that? You don't show the male dancers, you only show women. Oh yeah, you don't mention it anywhere really until the end of your rant because, you know, you were really only focused on women. You can only throw a tantrum when women are involved. That's what I'm seeing. Furthermore, my feelers are sensing some, a pinch of hypocrisy, if you would, because these women have accepted the job to dance on stage with a crop top and shorts. You know, it's a job, again, it's something that they get paid to do and that they accept doing, and that's apparently sexual objectification, but you literally paint your titties on stream, which is, by the way, 18 plus, wonder why, and don't think that's sexual objectification at all, especially the clips from the streams. You know what, actually I'm sensing a little bit more than a little hypocrisy here, and I'm starting to sense a fuck ton, because when you get called out for the basically same practice, you get incredibly defensive and severely offended.
Holy yikes, think you're more cringe than bang, LMAO. Body painting is art. My stream is 18 plus and I'm never sexual and ban sexual comments. Ha 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 ha. Sad you have to be an unoriginal incel edgelord to get likes from sexist morons. Lol, feel better.
For the record, folks, I counted 5 buzzwords. I don't know if you could count more than that, but I think that's the max. There is nothing more hilarious than seeing people get defensive when they're proven to be hypocrites, and the ZombiUnicorn is genuinely a prime example of that. Like, I wish I was kidding. Remember during the whole bully hunter situation, how she got called out for regularly bullying and insulting people?
I'm Natalie Casanova, also known as ZombiUnicorn. I'm really excited to be here today for the first ever Bully Hunters Live. This issue is a serious one, and it's really near and dear to my heart. Making gaming a more safe and special place for everyone. A more welcoming place for all. A more welcoming place for all.
You You know what the anti-harassment campaign was about. Oh, but no guys, it's different because it only happens to gamers like her. Let's not forget, she's a woman and only women get treated like shit from people and aren't shitty people themselves. Women being shitty? That's impossible. Oh wait, it's clearly possible because the ZombiUnicorn exists. Who would have thunk? You know, if there's one thing I'm glad to say, I'm glad to see that you've been consistent on, you know, bullying and insulting people and just name calling them in general when you get called out for your shit. So congrats on that, you did something. I'd also like to point out that much like your body painting, which I will not argue, it is an art, dancing is also an art. It's literally part of the arts. What's not connecting here? I don't see why you would go after literal people who took jobs dancing and this is the outfit they were provided when you could literally say the same thing with your streams. I'm just saying. Cause couldn't I say the same thing about Twitch since you are a Twitch partner? So technically you are affiliated with them. So your streams make Twitch as a company look bad for sexual objectification. Funny how we could spin what you said onto Twitch too. So moving on to the next video because guys, we aren't even done yet. Just saying. She decided she wanted to clarify her point in the next video, so here it is, her actual point.
But I wanted to say the problem is not with the models accepting the gig, that's their choice. The problem is the company hiring women to purely be sexual objects and representing women as sexual objects in the gaming space. That's not okay.
Women can't be sexual objects in gaming spaces. You just have to go to Twitch for that.
So the problem isn't models accepting this position, it's the companies offering women jobs to be dancers. Make it make sense, please. Me and a ton of other people are taking what the women did as what they were hired for. You're taking it as something fucking bonkers. Congrats. Just because our outfit is shorts and a crop top doesn't mean it's sexual. Like you said with your videos, it's art. You're complaining about people saying that this isn't your take, but it genuinely sounds like you just want these women out of a job. The ZombiUnicorn is also taken to replying to people who ask if she actually spoke to the woman and asked how they felt about doing this, if they felt objectified and all that. Really stupidly. She's essentially saying that that's not the point and they're trying to talk about the companies because women deserve better because it's the company's fault. However, again, it's clear that you're just speaking on behalf of these women because you clearly have not asked them if they feel objectified by this. Because if you haven't talked to these women, which you, again, probably have not, you're basically projecting how you feel onto them and that's not okay, especially when it comes to you basically trying to take away their jobs. I'd also like to point out how she says this shouldn't be involved in the gaming space, like you actually give a shit where it is. You just don't want it unless it's you. You're saying it shouldn't be involved in the gaming industry, however, other industries it's okay, I guess. But by your video's logic, it shouldn't be allowed anywhere. And a good example of how bad this can go is with the grid girls that were originally in Formula 1 racing. For those of you who don't know, grid girls were banned from Formula 1 racing because it was an outdated practice. Essentially the same thing that Zombie's saying in this case. They did essentially what the dancers are doing. They promoted the product by wearing the sponsor on their clothing, they kind of talked about it, all that good stuff. Basically, they were the cheerleaders for their sponsor. The nice cheerleaders to look at, essentially. Instead of seeing a sweaty dude after racing, you got to see attractive women. Clearly a better difference. These women actually lost their jobs because of people who have the same beliefs as the ZombiUnicorn. The belief that women being hired for a job that they signed up for and doing their job are purely just being objectified, and that's wrong if I say so. When in all actuality, the models could honestly care less because they were getting paid for it. This was their source of income. Needless to say, because of that whole situation, grid girls did fight back, and it is not pretty. And it's not pretty because of the simple fact that people like the ZombiUnicorn are literally taking away these women's jobs. They're taking away their income. They are literally telling them they can't do this because I think it's objectification, even though I'm not the one doing the job. In fact, I found in the article a quote from a 5-time grid girl who says, "It is ridiculous that women who say they are fighting for women's rights are saying what others should and shouldn't do, stopping us from doing a job we love and are proud to do. It is political correctness gone mad." You see in the correlation here, because to me it's clear as day. So Zombie, I actually have a question for you. No insults, no nothing, just a blatant question. If you're all for female empowerment like you say you are, why are you telling women what job they should and shouldn't do? And you're going as far as to saying that these jobs should basically not exist in the industry, because none of the dancers that I know of have spoken out and said that they hate their job. None of the women in the video have publicly come out and said that they had an issue with the job they were given. So why are you, an outsider, somebody not involved in this, having an issue with the job that women applied for, were hired for, and were paid for. Are you or are you not for female empowerment? Because if you are, you should let these women go about their practice because E3 has no rules against this and just walk the other fucking way. Now for the next video, we're not even gonna get into it because based off these tweets alone,
I'm exhausted from this awesome week and losing my voice after E3, but I'm settled this and explain why I'm right. Me. This company is using outdated methods to advertise that most of their cons companies have abandoned because it's encouraging sexism in the gaming community, which historically treats women poorly. Treat them better. Fat slut, thought, hypocrite, titty streamer, you're jealous. Yeah, fire them all. God, I love being so right. It pisses off the entire sexist incel idiot army. Okay, I'm done with this topic for now. I don't care how much hate I get from these sexist morons online. At the end of the day, I know I'm right, and I know a lot of people appreciate me speaking up about this stuff in the face of adversity. Moving on and back to being hype about games and life. I'm so glad I was at #E3 when I posted this, because no matter how many dumb, sexist, or plain well-to-do but ignorant comments I got in response to this online, the feedback IRL has been overwhelming in agreement. I feel validated AF for standing up for what's right. Thank you so much.
she truly feels like she's the hero to some story when in all actuality she's officially came across as a hypocrite, somebody who cannot handle criticism whatsoever, and the stereotypical bully for resorting to name-calling and blocking people when she's proven wrong, or whenever people disagree with her. That's the big thing here.
If you disagree, you're an incel and you hate women. That's the tea, sis.
By the way, I watched the third video on my own time, and it just consists of her backtracking saying that there's no specific gender to this problem. You know, and she clearly had an issue with only the women involved, and saying she has no problem with these women having a job when you're literally against their job. A true feminist hero. I could honestly go through each of these replies and debunk what she's saying, but I don't have the time of day to do that, honestly, so we're gonna go through a few. Firstly, this company is not using an outdated method, considering you can only name 2 cons who've banned booth babes, which again, I don't consider these women to be booth babes because they're being active and dancing on a stage. And there is no sexism in the gaming community. Literally everybody gets treated like shit. Nobody's treating you like shit specifically because you're a woman. Everybody gets shit on. Seriously, did your bully hunters blow up not teach you anything? Just wondering. Secondly, name calling and basically insulting people does not get your point across. Calling every single person a stupid incel that disagrees with you is not going to make any points, and it just makes you look fucking childish, like you can't even take criticism or try to understand another viewpoint on something. I mean, we already perceived you as childish, again, from the bully hunters thing alone, but you keep overwhelming us with this shit. We set the bar low for you, but that doesn't mean you play limbo with it. Thirdly, I'm running out of lees, I think. You say that anyone being hired to be a sexual object is frowned upon, when that is quite literally how you promote your streams and everything else you do. Take this screenshot, for example. Looks like sexual objectification to me. But it's only a problem when other women get paid to do it, I guess. And lastly, Zombie, you like to use the excuse that the vast majority of women agree with you on this. And to that I have to say, maybe talk to people outside of your inner circle and your dick-riding fans, because you can't tell because I'm wearing a baggy sweater, but I am a certified woman, I'll tell you that much, don't agree with you, obviously. And I think you're full of shit. Let these women who are doing a job they were hired to do their job, and don't try to shut it down just because you simply don't like it. My philosophy is that as long as it's not breaking any rules,
Fuck it. Who cares?
I'm all for keeping sexual shit where it belongs, but this wasn't sexual. This was just dancing, and people dancing in something that they probably felt comfortable dancing in. But sadly, Zombie, in the end, you've only made yourself look like even more of a hypocrite than I originally thought you were. And again, the bar was low, but my god, did you blow away our expectations of lowering it. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this video. Again, my overall take on this situation is as long as it's not breaking rules or any policy things, fuck it, let these women do their jobs, let them get paid to dance in scantily clad clothing, because that's apparently allowed at E3, and that's okay. It's within the cons policy, and it's not banned in any practice there, so fuck it, let them get paid. No pink-haired adult throwing a tantrum should be able to take away your income just because they don't like the practice you're doing, which is within company policy and rules and regulations, especially for the convention. Especially a pink-haired adult that literally does the same thing on Twitch. Anyways, if you guys liked the video, you might as well leave a like down below, because god knows I'm gonna get fucking disliked bombed by ZombiUnicorn fans who just want to call me a
Sexist incel who doesn't understand the mastery of Zombie's thought process with her 2 last brain cells.
or any brain cells. It's very, very difficult to tell if she has any left at this point. And if you like this video, you might as well subscribe, because this is basically the content I put out. all the time. But yeah, until the next video, I will see you guys later. Bye!
More welcoming place for all.